What's up? It's not the temperature, I can assure you of that. It is cold. Look, it is so cold. I kid you not. Let me see what's going on myself here. So, hold on. It is so cold. I don't know if you, yeah, the camera should pick it up. But all of that white stuff, all of that, that's ice. That is just ice. There's no water on it. It's just ice. Like, this is all just ice right here. Like, that's how cold it is out here. Oh, and I do this for, I say I do it for you guys, but I'm doing it for Earl. Really, I'm doing it all for Earl. So what we're gonna do today is freeze, but we're also going to tear down everything that we see here. We're gonna take the head, you know, the valve covers off, the heads off, the water pump, we're going to take the oil pan off, and we're going to take a look at the crank as well. And it may take, you know, it may be today and tomorrow and, you know, the day after that, and you know, it might take all week to get this done because it's cold. And we're only going to go as, like, I'll be putting my gloves on here in a minute, but, you know, they've been inside warming up. But also a few other things I wanted to do while we were here. So as you can see, this is where the wiring harness would come through, and the exhaust literally runs like right here. Like, it is like right there with it. So I want to drill a new hole, maybe, you know, over here or something like that, because I mean, I thought about using this, but if you've ever tried using a hole saw without having a pilot bit in there, it's pretty hard. I mean, it's not impossible to do. If you do it just right, you can do it, but I don't feel like dealing with all that, so I'll probably fill in that hole, do a better job of filling in this hole, because I'll just I'm gonna weld in a new piece right here, and then weld in a piece right here, and then relocate that connection maybe up here where the, you know, because this is where some of the stuff's actually mounted right here, so we're gonna probably relocate that too, not today, but through a period of videos we are going to be relocating it. But yeah, we don't have to mess with the transmission, though we may end up pulling it out anyways and changing out the transmission's oil pan, because whenever I did all this, whenever you know, everything was back in Mississippi, and I want to do a good cleaning, because like, you can still see some metal from when I was doing some grinding or whatever. Like, there's still some that's not from, well, some of it's yeah, that's weird. Oh, this came from whenever I was taking it out. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm going to be getting a new oil pan for sure. So this oil pan, as you can see, it comes down like that, and it hangs down like this much below the actual frame itself. So I want to actually get one of those ones that actually kind of sits up here higher. And then it'll make it actually a lot easier whenever I'm going to install all of this, because it does not like to go together. And I thought about moving all this stuff right here, but the engine doesn't get that hot that these things are going to be a problem. I want to do a better job and make them look better. So I'll probably do that so that they don't look like, you know, garbage. But other than that, you know, I do need to figure out how to work this out or something, because, you know, it used to have all the solenoids and everything, but all that's not there. So I guess I go and get an older system. Maybe I can just come off of here. I might have to look into it, but we'll get to that. We got all of this stupid winter. God, it's so stupid. Oh, it's so stupid. I would say, why do people live up here? But I live up here. Dang it. But okay, enough of the bitching, so enough of the complaining. Let's do it. Let's get the tearing into this. All right, so this is inside the heads. Don't see anything. No, let me get my light out so I can provide you with something here. All right, so I mean, nothing looks bad there. So we're looking good here. So I didn't screw up that, and it's all oil inside there, no water. So, and it's not all sludgy or anything like that. It actually looks fairly clean, I would say. I mean, relatively. all that stuff was there whenever I put these heads in. I tried to clean them up as much as I could, but it was tough. So that's okay. And then let's see. Let's go check this other side here. All right. So this is the other side. The other side looks pretty good too. I don't see any damage. Everything looks pretty much exactly the same as the other side. Okay. So now that we got this situated, so we have some issues. These are the bolts. You see this one right here. Well, yeah, engine. And the engine's been making some funny noises. But let's see if I can get this in focus. You can see all that stuff on there. That is ice. It is like an icy, slushy something or another. So that's never a good sign. So I actually have this situated here. Let me see if we can get a good look at this here. My fingers are all nasty. I'm gonna put my gloves back on. Okay, well, we're gonna take off this head right here and we're gonna check out and see what's inside there. Okay, so I got all the bolts off of it, but something tells me we're gonna have some problems. Oh yeah, we're gonna be replacing these anyways, but I do want to keep track of which ones are which. So, all right, so we gotta go ahead and pull these push rods out. So. Even though I plan on reusing them, I want to keep track of where these are for length, because I may need it. These are working their way down. And then what you do is you say, we don't need anything else other than that. So, and that'll hold them. They don't stick through the bottom. We can stick this, we're gonna stick it right there. We don't worry about that because we're trying to get this off. All right, pretty sure we're about to have to well, there's no water inside. Come on over here. Alright, so everything seems fine. I mean, there's not much to expect. I did clean these off, and you can see they got a little bit of buildup on them, but I had some periods there where I was just, it was running rich, it had the wrong injectors in there. I had a lot of weird things going on. But the thing I'm more concerned about is all the water that was down up in there. And it could be fine now. Because if you recall, the crack was right here and it's good. It hasn't been leaking or anything from there. But, you know, I still had that crack there. The water did get into it. I just never got it out. But it looks like there's also some ice right here too. That's never good. It's a little slushy, so we may have to do a compression test on the coolant system and make sure it's actually not, you know, terrible. And yeah, what's up, Michael?
You made a mess on my floor.
Yeah, it's the water. I expected it to evaporate, but it's coolant and whatnot, so it's staying. It's not even freezing. It's just like, I'm good. So I gotta get towels out here or a mop or something. All right, so as you saw, we had where is that bolt? It thawed out, but yeah, it was all that dang ice on there. This was the one. You can see it's.
It got warm as shit today. It got up like 37.
Yeah, it actually feels great in here. It's like a mini summer. It's crazy. So yeah, I showed you inside here. Gonna go ahead and pull this side off. See what we got going on there. I didn't have any damage on that side, but I'm curious to see, if we can.
35.
35.
It's 35 in here.
Yeah, it's only 35. So I'm curious to see if I can see anything down in here. Probably not from here, because I think it's.
Probably gonna have to pull the bottom end out.
I'll have to look and see it. Oh yeah, I'm doing that anyways. But oh yeah, there's still some. I'm gonna have to make a mess.
You gonna catch any of this or
What?
the next water?
No. All right. Yeah. All right. So got that side got that side off. I don't know why I can't get my words out today. So I don't see anything major. There's no scarring. The sidewalls still feel very smooth. I'll know more once I get the pistons out on the conditions of the sidewall. Let's see. I didn't see none of the bolts had anything crazy on this side. So it seems to be isolated to that other side. So, if it's on one side, the whole thing is probably, screwed up. So I may have to get a new block for Earl. I don't know. What do y'all think? I'll get more look at it when I get the bottom off, which is I've been draining the oil, but because it's so cold, it's like molasses coming out of there. So once that's done draining, I'll go ahead and pop off the oil pan. That way you can see what's going on down there. And, hopefully, I haven't seen any metal shavings. So let's check out the oil here. So, hold on, let me get my flashlight. So, it doesn't seem like there's any speckles or anything. So there's no metal in there, which is good. We will see more once we get the oil pan off, if there's any in there. There shouldn't be. I tightened everything down to spec. So, and I didn't really drive it that much, so everything should be fine, I would think. But hey, you never know. All right. Well, let me just put these up over here real quick. All right. So, got all that off. Let's see what we got here. So inside doesn't look like anything. It looks right. Everything looks good here. But the question I have is at this here point right here. Is that because when I pulled that bolt out, it had all that ice on it and whatnot. So I'm wondering how the cracks, how it's getting to it. And I'm wondering if I can get like one of those like little scopes, if I can see down in there enough. But I'll have to look and see. It's possible. I want to see how bad it is. That way I know if it's gonna require me to replace the block, or it really needs to be replaced. But I might just send it and see what happens. Go ahead and get a block, start building it, but send this one. Just see what happens to it. Sorry. By the way, if you've been thinking about having that spicy new Arby's chicken sandwich, the Diablo that comes with the free milkshake, you'll need the milkshake. It's pretty spicy. All right, so we're just gonna take these off. Now, when I first did this myself, when I took all these off, I actually numbered each and every single one of these so they would stay together. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take off. This one appears to be number 3. All right. So, as I was saying, so on here, let's see if it'll come on, right here, Jazz fingers. So yeah, so as you can see, basically right there, you can't really make it out because, yeah, you somewhat make it out. It's really hard to get to focus on it, but there's a 3 right there. So this is piston number 3. Now it does make me have to keep track of, because I didn't put them on the actual piston itself. So whenever I take it out, like right now, I'm gonna go ahead and take out that piston, and then I'll make this back with it. But while we're here though, so these are the bearings that I actually put in, so I can, there's a bit of a deep scarring. You can't really see it because the camera doesn't like to focus in on it. Ooh. Yeah, okay, there you go. So it's not terrible. They're not terrible. I can definitely see where there's something going on here. But the piston itself feels, or well, yeah. The crankshaft feels great. So let me go ahead and pull out that piston real quick. Alright. Alright, so here we go. So everything looks pretty good. I mean, there's a little bit of some scarring right here, and then all of this right here, whatever. There's some stuff right there. You can't really see it, but there's some junk up in that trunk. I think there was a little bit of leftover water when I cleaned the fill tube, or the oil neck, and the pickup tube, and so I think it mixed in with a little bit here. I think that's what helped do that right there. I'm not gonna make that mistake again, I promise, or at least I hope I don't. At least I think that's what it is. So like, I don't know, I guess it could be that. It's really weird. So this is number 3. Need to put 3 back with this. You always want to keep these together, because whenever they make them as a solid piece, and then they just literally just cut this off after it's made. So, and this one perfectly mates up to it because that's the one that it got cut from. So, alright, let's get the light out here. Alright, so I don't see anything. Let's see if we get your good light on. There's no serious scoring on here, but I mean, I've been seeing evidence of like little bits of water here and there, and so yeah, let's see here. I need to leave that thing. Alright, let's go with right here. Look at all that oil. Alright, so I mean, I can still see the cross hatching and everything like that, but you see, like, okay, like right there, look at that stuff. Like, it's kind of like milky and whatnot, like it shouldn't be there. And like, then there's stuff like right here, like look at all that milkiness and everything like that. Like, that's not supposed to be there. So like, yeah, there you go, you can see it good right there. Yeah, see all that stuff? That shouldn't be there. And that isn't even the side that had the crack on it. This was the side that had the crack on it. I've looked it over, there's no cracks into the actual cylinders or even access to the oil, but the only crack, let's see, you can't even see it. Yeah, let's see if you can, you're not going to be able to pick it up. But right at the bottom down there, I can see where the crack is. It's right there. But that's not where I repaired it. I repaired it over here. But there's no crack on the exterior. Yeah, totally a crack right down at the bottom. I'm pretty sure there's some damage that I can't see that is causing some issues. I can almost guarantee it. Sorry, girl. Left water in you, and then we had a freak freeze in Mississippi, of all places. Didn't even happen up here. Happened down in Mississippi. Yeah, it had a freak freeze in, I think, April in Mississippi, and we got like 3 or 4 or 5 inches of snow. It was freaking nuts. But poor Earl's engine suffered from it though. It seemed like it wasn't acting right, you know. Like there were some issues that it was having that I was still trying to figure out, and it's starting to make a lot of sense now. And because like it would partially start to overheat and then not overheat, and if there's any kind of air leaks, which it obviously has, because there's that other crack that's not on the outside of the block, but it at least goes into the head bolts and everything like that. Now who knows, you know? So, yeah. Oh, hey, Michael. Yeah, probably got to get a new block.
What?
Yeah. There's on this one right here, there's a crack that's doesn't come out here, but it's on the inside at the very, very bottom. And then everything else, there's no damage other than, to like the internal components, luckily.
Yeah.
But the block itself, which I can save everything. I'll replace the timing chain. I didn't do
block's
that.
like $200. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's whatever.
And it's a used block for $200. Hopefully, it's not cracked, but.
That one, that's the one that's giving you the fuel smell too. This cylinder. Like put your nose right here and you can smell it. And if you go to the sides
I
of
can
it,
smell the fuel. Yeah. Well, there was a period, I wouldn't doubt it. This thing.
I totally smell fuel. It was
all
along this wall.
And I mean that stuff could be from fuel too.
Yeah.
Like excess fuel. That could totally
Be it.
So it could very well. I mean, we still need a new block because if you remember, there was ice on one of the head bolts.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be ice on the head bolts.
Yeah.
That right there is enough for me to
Yeah, I'm
replace
gonna say that hole's a problem child. There you go.
Yeah. There it is. So that's gonna be it. We now know that we need to get a new block. I'll go ahead and disassemble this and get the rest of this stuff off of here, and hopefully I know where I can find them. Even if I have to order on eBay, but I'm gonna look locally because then I don't have to pay shipping.
I'll find one.
Yeah, they're everywhere. I'll find a block.
Priuses make good trucks.
Oh man, they haul great stuff. I mean, y'all seen it. If you haven't, go back and look. Whenever I cleaned the transmission, that's how I got the 4L60 around. Was in old Prius. So, all right, guys. Later.
Peace.